We are here at Steven Curtis Chapman studio,
Yes.
which is a very nice. But this is a great room,
Yeah. It's
and
so fun.
it's well decorated.
Yes.
It's there's sort of a bird theme going on. We'll get into that a little bit later on. But we're here to talk about a new project called Still.
Yeah.
And we want to kick things off with the single that everybody's been hearing.
Don't lose heart, Stephen. You know, it's interesting because you were with us in the studio it's probably a month ago. I want to say at the end of August, maybe 1st of September.
I think
we
sounds about
played
right.
this song, and it's crazy, which we've said this, for years and years and years about all, songs. You can hear a song a certain way, and then something happens, and you hear it a different way.
Right, absolutely.
And that is true for us as the Joy FM community, because I tell you what, I have to tell you, your song, Don't Lose Heart, has been our anthem the last couple of weeks since Hurricane Ian.
Yeah. Wow. I thought so much as we were watching, praying with the rest of the country and probably people all over the world, watching that. And I literally, I was, of course, I've been singing that song and talking about it a lot in the last few weeks. And I specifically was thinking of that song and even texted it to some friends of mine. I know it gets dark. I know it gets hard. And just that was a prayer that I thought, thank you, God, and your sovereignty that you allowed me to write and release that song maybe at just a time it was going to be really needed by some friends, Florida friends.
Because, we played it that day that you were there, never knowing how it was going to resonate with us literally a month later. And I can remember after the storm passed and seeing all of the images and Fort Myers, which I've not been down there, Bill's been down there, but 90% of Fort Myers isn't even there anymore. It's just gone.
The beach,
the beach, Fort Myers Beach, Captiva, Sanibel, and us sitting in the
it's like a war zone.
Us sitting in the studio the day after the storm, and then your song played, and we all just kind of looked at each other and said, wow, that is what we need to hear right now. So thank you.
Man,
thank you for the message that you sent on video as well for our day that we put together a day after the hurricane.
Yeah, Hope After the Hurricane.
Yes, yeah.
So that was very special. That's
right. Yes, I was thinking. Yeah, I remember now doing that with you guys, and it is. And that the thing about truth, about God's truth, is it? It's always. It's always needed and always true, but then there are those moments when it just becomes, so you're so much more desperate for it, and it becomes even that much more true, And I've seen that happen so many times with songs that I've written, and it always amazes me, and it always humbles me. It always just kind of blows me away and reminds me, even though I may sit in this very room, and beat my head against this very wall. Well, not this one usually, because that one hurts. I've got some padded ones in here that you will see. That are much nicer to when I start, kind of beating my head against the wall, feeling like I've hit that creative brick wall. And it literally was this very room that a lot of this record, that there were moments when I just thought, I don't even know if this. Am I doing this right? Do I even know what I'm doing? Have I ever known what I'm doing? How it was? Maybe it was a fluke. Maybe the whole thing's been a fluke. 35 years of, just, and then it was kind of like, or maybe God just, has to keep getting me, because I'm a slow learner, back to that place of going, this is really not about you. Now, if you'll surrender, the gifts that I've given you, and just lay them down and not try to figure it out, but just be obedient and press on, and then those songs that kind of come from that, and just be honest. I think that's the thing with so much of this record is it was just this deep desire to really be honest and write from that place of real honesty. And you hear it certainly in Don't Lose Heart, with just saying, hey, I've been at that place of wondering if God's even hearing and listening. It's the how long, oh Lord, prayer that we've all prayed from Psalms, and prayed those many, many times over the last, 3 or 4 years, but the last 14 years, particularly with our family's journey of losing Maria and all of that. And yet, in all of those, moments to just, if I can. And so often I've just needed someone to say that to me. It's been a text. It's been a phone call from my pastor friend, brother Scotty Smith, from my buddy Jeff Moore. It's a conversation with one of my kids. It's somebody that just, I feel like, God says, hey, don't lose heart. Remember, we know where this is going. We know who's in control. Remind your own heart of that. So, so I was thankful I get to share that with this song.
Well, we're
Thank
gonna
y'all for playing it.
Yes, we're gonna play it right now, and then we're here to track through this record. So let's play the single, and then we'll come back and get started.